Hello Libras and anybody else who felt called to watch this video. The universe does have a message for you. Remember to always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I felt very drawn to this purple incense stick. So purple might be significant here. It might be a sign of some sort. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the reading and see what we got. We got the Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Three of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. We have the Empress, the Devil in reverse, the Ten of Wands, Five of Wands, ooh, and the Nine of Swords right underneath the King of Swords. So it looks like a new project is in the middle of manifesting, or maybe you've been working really hard to start something and you're going full force at this new project that you're taking on. For the majority of you, I'm getting like this is something work related or maybe financially related. I'm not necessarily getting a love reading from these cards, but for some of you this might be a love situation that has started. But I'm really getting this like a new project that you're working on, and you're working with other people, you're collaborating with other people to get this project going. But it looks like certain issues may be happening. It looks like you may be taking on too much responsibility in the situation that is playing out, or you're putting it all on yourself. Like it's kind of like you almost don't want to ask for help, even though there's people here in this situation with you who you're collaborating with, but it looks like you're really not allowing them in. I think you guys may fight a lot, or you guys might bicker, or you guys just don't see eye to eye here. And I feel like this person, somebody who's involved in this situation, may be doing something sketchy behind your back. Like I feel like I'm getting like they might be talking smack, or they're going to try to go their own way. They're going to try to go they're not going to necessarily leave this situation, but they're going to do things that you're not aware of. But it looks like here that you've really nurtured this goal of yours, and it looks like this is just in the beginning of this project, and you've really taken a long time to consider other options, but you've decided to take on this new path, this new journey. But I feel like you may also, emotions may come into play here. Not very strong emotions with the Devil in reverse. It looks like you're really healing from allowing emotions taking over control in your situations, because we also have the King of Swords and the King of Blades here, which is all about intellect and using our mind and our using intelligence over emotions. But it looks like you may be thinking almost too hard about this situation, and it is bringing up a little bit of emotions, but it looks like you're letting go of these emotions pretty quickly. So what the message I'm getting here is that you really need, because all these cards are pretty much telling a positive story, besides that there is some conflict that's happening here. And I think that the cards are trying to suggest like you really need to stand firm with the King of Cups. You need to stand firm in your decision making and not to overthink. I think you may have had a tendency in the past to overthink, but you've actually really learned from all that and you've overcome it. And so I'm getting like what is happening, it's going to happen. Like you are going to get this. Everything that you've been working towards is going to happen. With the Knight of Blades here, maybe slowed down. You might be going a little bit too quickly into this project, and you're kind of overlooking certain details. And with you overlooking certain details with the Seven of Swords, I feel like you're also kind of Seven of Swords in reverse. It looks like you may be self-sabotaging. I feel like people, the Ten of Wands, may also be getting into your head about certain things, like where they're telling you like doubts and fears, and it's kind of making you be like, you're kind of taking that into consideration. And with Seven of Swords and the Nine of Blades, Seven of Swords in reverse and Nine of Blades here, I feel like you're trying to move too quickly, and you are going to you're going to miss certain details. Like you're going to end up making mistakes that could have been avoided if we were paying more closely attention to other things. And I think that might be why there's some conflict here in this new project, because I feel like people may be telling you to slow down. They may, with the Ten of Wands, they might be telling you to like, hey, whoa, take a chill pill, relax, come back to like you're moving too fast. We have to think about all these other options. And I think that you're just so passionate about like you're so in your feels of how passionate you feel about this project and moving forward, but you're getting some conflict. You're getting like, hey, slow down from the other people that you're working with. If you're not necessarily working with yourself, this just could be your inner dialogue with yourself. Like if you're taking this project on solo, this could be something that's happening back and forth within your mind, and you're trying to overcome these doubts. But by trying to overcome these doubts so quickly, you are going to end up making mistakes that could have been avoided. But with the ten of Wands here and Three of Pentacles, it looks like you might need to ask for help. Like I feel like you might be a little stubborn if you're not working with a group of people right now. I feel like you might be stubborn, and the cards are suggesting you need to bring other people in to help release the load. I think you're just so used to taking the reins on everything and being so strong, and you're not used to letting other people in because you might be afraid of some type of betrayal that could happen. So for some of you, it's if you're working by yourself, you're afraid of betrayal. For those working with other people, there might be some type of things going on behind the back. I'm not getting it being a bad thing. I'm getting it that you're just moving too quickly, and these people are trying to take care of all the things that you're kind of like stepping over, or you're kind of overlooking because you don't really want when people give you, it's not necessarily criticism, it's more so like they're trying to get you to realize something that you're refusing to realize. And I think the reason why you're refusing to let these ideas from other people in is because to you it feels like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Or, that should have been me thinking that, but like it almost makes you doubt your ability because you're like, oh man, wow, I didn't think about that. So now it's making you second guess every other decision that you made, or maybe is there something else that you forgot that you didn't realize you were supposed to do, or you're supposed to think about. But the cards are saying you got this. Like, don't let these doubts overwhelm you. Don't let these doubts really take over. It's natural to not be able to think of everything all at once here, the Ten of Wands. I think you just put so much pressure on yourself to almost borderline be perfect. And so whenever other ideas come in that you do agree with, essentially, it kind of makes you feel bad about yourself. And so the cards are saying, hey, like quit the self-doubt. It's okay to let new ideas come in that aren't yours, that you can allow to prosper and allow to manifest. So really let these people in, and really don't, like I said, don't be so hard on yourself when you realize, okay, maybe I can't go so full throttle. I can't go so quick with taking on this new project. You do have to really think about smaller details, and you have the mind, and you have the intellect, you have the willpower to do this. There's so much passion in this reading, and there's so much thought as well. But I think that it's just all this passion is not being organized, it's not being processed in a way that can really benefit you the most, because it looks like good things are going to happen here in this situation, where the cards are just saying don't let your inner critic, don't let things really get to you the way that it might affect you. Like having self-doubt is going to be natural. You're just going to let it roll off your back. If you're being too overwhelmed, let people in, take on these people's ideas. I think you may also, the Five of Wands may view this as a competition almost. Like you feel like you're just battling other people's ideas because you want all these ideas to come from yourself, because you have been nurturing this new path, this new goal for a while here. You've been really in the works of it. And so it's kind of like scaring you to let these people in because you're afraid of what's going to happen if your mind does change. It's this whole trajectory going to go haywire. What's going to happen if you're not fully in control? But the cards, you need to let people in to take off this load, because you are taking on too much and you may be at the risk of a burnout. I think you are kind of like allowing yourself to heal from this stubbornness of not letting people in. I think that you may view people or groups as like a toxic thing because there's just so much different point of views that I feel like you almost kind of got lost in connection with these people. But it looks like you are learning how to balance everything out and how to heal from that. I feel like with the King of Cups here and the Devil, I feel like the Devil in reverse, I feel like you almost let too much of your emotional mind take over in the past when it came to working with people or to working on things, and that's why you're kind of scared of letting people in, because I think maybe in the past you've been fucked over before, and so you're kind of like not wanting to let people in if you don't have people in. But it looks like you are kind of healing from that past perception, and you're starting to like realize more of the truth in the scenario, that not everybody's out to get you, and then you can work with people to let your dream, to make this dream come true, to make this dream a reality. And you've learned that you don't need to use so much emotions in certain projects in your life. You can just use your mind, you can just use your intellect. And I think that's what is getting you excited, is that you kind of learned how to let your emotions just run through your mind without attaching yourself to these emotions and creating problems out of it. You're starting to learn how to use your intellect, mind. You're getting like a nice balance. You know, Libra is all about balance. I feel like you might have been out of balance in the past, and now you're starting to get out of that and let things go. And that's why you're excited for this new project, and you're like, I have this all figured out now. I want to go full throttle. But other people are like, well, wait, let's wait. Or if it's not other people, that's your second thoughts, your monologue in your head that's being like, hey, let's wait. We still got some things we got to figure out. Let's see what can help us moving forward. But with how this reading is going, everything feels very clean cut, very organized. I think that's how the energy surrounding you and the situation is too. Oh, freezing doubts. What were we just talking about? Self-doubt. Caution enables me to move forward at my own pace. Perfect. So there's another confirmation that you are moving too fast, and you do have doubts that are popping up, and to move slower and to really think things through, so that way we don't get so much self-doubt. I think that might be why here with freezing doubts, this card here, the reason why doubts are happening is because you know you're moving too fast, but you just didn't know how to slow down, or you just didn't realize you needed the sign to slow down, to really think these through and maybe go over it with other people. Like I said, if you're not working on a project with people and you're just working on yourself, ask other minds their suggestions, and don't let it affect you so much emotionally where you start doubting yourself, but allow it in. Think about it here with the King of Swords, and then move forward at a slower pace instead of trying to do everything all on your own and trying to do everything very quickly because you're just so excited. You see things happening, you see the start of this project, you see everything manifesting, so you just want to go full throttle. But the cards are like, nope, ask other people for advice if you're not working with other people already. Don't get in your own way, because moving too quickly is what is going against you right now. And so have with the King of Swords here and the freezing doubts, really think things. Okay, for whatever reason my camera just stopped recording, so I don't know when it had stopped recording. So I pulled these cards. If this is coming out weird, it's because of probably the editing. But so we have the Dark Passenger and the freezing doubts, which is what was the main topic of this reading, was that don't let self-doubt stop you, and don't let the ability of other people's ideas make you feel like you don't have it all figured out. Don't let other people's ideas make you feel insecure about yourself. And then we have the Dark Passenger here, and what was the other thing that we were talking about? Inner dialogue. If you weren't working with people, or if you're just battling with yourself, I create a sympathetic inner dialogue. When you realize, oh crap, I should do this instead of that. Instead of beating yourself up about it, be kind to yourself. This is all a learning process. You have taken on a lot of responsibility. You're on your own, and you got to learn how to release responsibility, learn how to have other people help you, so that way you don't feel so weighed down, and that way the exhaustion doesn't turn into negative self-talk. Make sure there's a nice balance of working with yourself and working with other people's ideas here. Other people aren't your competition. You may feel like they are. You may feel like you can't let people in because you don't want them knowing what you know. But we do need to release some of this responsibility in order for us to have a clear mind and a clear path of moving forward, instead of just going at it with so much passion. So yeah, Libras, that is your reading. Slow down, take your time. Don't attach yourself to self-doubt. Don't attach yourself to self-doubts. Learn to be kinder to yourself when little mistakes do happen. Learn to be kinder to yourself when people do give you a little bit of criticism or advice. You have the intellect to know how to process it and use it to your best advantage. You don't have to let it make you feel insecure about your own knowledge. Every day is a day to learn new things. And you're going to be learning a lot here in this new path that you're taking, and you shouldn't let the fact that you may not know everything bother you so much, because you do have what it takes to to continue moving forward, and always ask for help when things start to feel heavy. All right, if that reading resonated with you, please go ahead and leave a comment letting me know how. Go ahead and follow for more readings, and leave a comment letting me know what it is that you would like me to read next, what questions you have, what type of style of videos you guys would like to see. And I appreciate everybody who likes this video and everybody who follows. Thank you so much.